Good day everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. This is Romel Magcalas, your subject teacher for work immersion.
Isa sa mga tungkulin at responsibilidad ng mga mag-aaral sa work immersion ay ihanda ang mga dokumento at ulat na kinakailangan sa curriculum at ng partner na institusyon. Ipinapalagay na pagkatapos ng inyong work immersion, maaari kang mag-aral sa kolehiyo o makakuha ng trabaho. Kapag nagsimula ka mag-apply para sa isang trabaho, malalaman mo na mas madalas kaysa hindi, ang isang degree sa kolehiyo ay hindi sapat para ikaw ay maging kwalipikado. Sa panahon ngayon, ang mga employer ay karaniwang naghahanap ng isang complete package. Hindi lamang ikaw ay dapat na may kakayahan sa iyong napiling larangan, ngunit dapat ka ring magpakita ng isang kasiyasiyang personalidad and above average speaking and writing skills. Although this may not be directly related to your job, tiyak na mapapadali nito ang epektibong komunikasyon sa loob ng lugar ng trabaho at sa mga potensyal na kliyente. Ang isa sa pinakamahalagang aspeto ng komunikasyon sa lugar ng trabaho ay kinabibilangan ng pagbasa at pagsulat ng mga on-the-job na teksto. Ang mga ito ay tinuturing na mga opisyal na dokumento ng kumpanya. Dahil dito, they should be treated with utmost care. Resume is a short document used to summarize a job seeker's experience and qualifications for a prospective employer. It includes the job seeker's contact information, work experience, education, and relevant skills in support of a job application. Sa mamamagitan ng record na ito, ang iyong personal na background at mga nagawa, nakatutulong ito sa mga employer na suriin kung ikaw ay kwalipikado para sa isang partikular na trabaho o hindi. Importance of resume. Number 1. A well-organized, tailored resume will increase your chance of landing in an interview. Number 2. It gives the hiring manager an overview of the qualifications you have for the job for which you're applying. Tips in writing a resume. Begin resume by writing your full name, address, telephone number. Write an objective. The objective is a short sentence describing what type of work you hope to obtain. Use dynamic action verbs such as accomplished, collaborated, encouraged, established, facilitated, founded, managed, and others. Begin work experience with your most recent job. Include the company specifics and your responsibilities. Do not use the subject I. Use tenses in the past, except for your present job. Example, conducted routine inspections of on-site equipment. Place your work experience before your education. In English-speaking countries, especially in the United States, work experience is the most important factor in hiring. Ask for permission to use someone as a reference before you interview for a position. It's also a good idea to let your reference know that you will be interviewing if you haven't interviewed for a while. In that way, reference will be in the loop if a potential employer calls or sends an email for further information, but don't include the contact information of your reference on your resume. The phrase available upon request will suffice. Your entire resume should ideally not be any longer than 1 page. If you have had a number of years of experience specific to the job you are applying for, 2 pages are also acceptable. Aside from producing a resume, you also have to learn how to write business letter. It is an official form of communication used for several business purposes such as presenting proposal, filing a leave, or even in applying for a job. Here is an example of application letter applying for a higher position. Ang isa pang mahalagang kasanayan na kailangan mong matutunan ay ang pagsagot sa mga application forms. Karamihan sa mga employer, kolehiyo, organization, ng pagsasanay at iba pa ay gumagawa ng sarili nilang application form na kailangan mong kumpletuhin kapag nag-a-apply para sa isang trabaho, kurso o programa sa pagsasanay. Ito ang unang pagkakataon na lumikha ng magandang impresyon at matugunan ang mga pamantayan na itinakda ng kumpanya, kolehiyo at organisasyon ng pagsasanay. Remember, you only get one chance to make an initial good impression. The time taken to complete an application form can be rewarded with an interview. Therefore, allow yourself plenty of time to complete the form. Here are the following guidelines that help you to answer an application form. Read the whole form carefully before completing it. Make a rough copy and ask someone to check it. Write neatly and use black ink. Follow instruction exactly. It may ask for block capitals in some sections. Answer the question fully, using sentence where possible. Write your address in full, not forgetting the postal code. Make sure you list all course and qualifications, list examination taken or about to be taken. Enter established grades if known. Complete the section on previous employment by entering part-time jobs, paid or voluntary, and your work experience placement. Include the things you enjoy doing in your spare time in the interests and activities section. Use the opportunity to sell yourself in the section which asks for further information. Try to relate your strength to the skills and qualities that the employer will be looking for. Check if your application is accurate and has no misspelled words. Keep a copy of your application form for further reference. Use your personal education plan or progress file and action plan to help you complete the form. Return your application form promptly. There is often a closing date for receipt of applications. Don't leave blank spaces. Write not applicable, NA for short, or none to questions that do not apply to you. Besides resume and application forms, you will also need other documents such as barangay clearance, police clearance, mayor's clearance, and medical certificate. Paano ba sila makukuha? Kailangang bumisita sa barangay hall at iba pang opisina kung saan sila pinoproseso. What is barangay clearance? This certificate is usually requested for employment requirements, ID application, supporting document in application to government agencies, supporting documents to medical certificates, affidavits, and wherever any office requests or require it. The certificate is signed by the Barangay Chairman, stamped and sealed with the official barangay seal. Barangay clearance requirements. Number 1. Recent cedula, community tax certificate. 2. Application form. 3. Application fee may vary depending on the barangay. Some barangay charge fee. And last, valid ID. Steps in securing the barangay certificate may vary in different barangays. Number 1. Look for the location of entrance especially during this new normal. 2. Wait for temperature check. 3. Log in and get a number. 4. Wait until your name is called. 5. Fill out a given request slip. 6. Wait again until your clearance is signed by the barangay chairman. 7. Your name will be again called. 8. No fee is collected unless for business purposes. What is a police clearance? Police clearance is a document issued to a person to prove and certify that he or she is free and cleared from any case, liability, crime, offense, and bad record in the local town or municipality he or she is currently residing. The police department or PNP station is authorized to issue this certificate to any individual under its jurisdiction. Police clearance is usually requested when you apply for a job either local or abroad, or when you need to show some supporting documents in applying for an ID like passport, or when a government agency or any office requires it. Police clearance is valid for 6 months, while NBI is valid for 1 year. Mayor's clearance. Individuals need to secure a mayor's clearance before they can apply for a firearm license. People seeking for employment are sometimes also required to secure the same. This is especially true of applicants to the Philippine National Police or PNP. Some schools and overseas employment agencies require their students or recruits to secure a certificate of good moral character before they are allowed to enroll or apply. Requirements. Number 1. Original copy of police clearance. Number 2. Latest community tax certificate. 3. Official receipt from the Municipal Treasury office. Here are the steps. Number 1. Filing or recording of request. Submit documents required to the receiving clerk or employee in charge. 2. Preparation of clearance or certification staff prepares the clearance of certification. 3. Approval of the municipal mayor. Municipal mayor approves the clearance or certification. And last, number 4, release of clearance or certification. Client leaves one copy with the record section for file. Obtaining a medical certificate. Napakahalaga para sa mga medical na practitioner na isa-isip ang kanilang legal at professional na mga responsibilidad kapag nagbibigay ng mga medical certificate. Kapag nag-issue ng isang medical certificate, dapat itong maging tapat at hindi mapanlinlang. Practitioner may only sign medical certificates they believe to be completely accurate. Nangangahulugan ito ng medical certificates ay dapat nabatay sa mga katotohanan na alam ng doktor. Maraming doktor ang nangangailangan ng konsultasyon bago magbigay ng medical certificates. This includes the practitioner's own observation as well as information provided by the patient. Any medical statements in the certificate must have a factual basis. Dahil dito, maaaring tumanggi ang mga medical na practitioner na magbigay ng sertipiko. This may occur if they do not consider that absence from work is necessary given the nature of the illness. The practitioner must be confident about the facts of the matter. What should be included in a medical certificate? In order to be considered valid, documentation of a medical certificate must include being in a form of an official, original, and hard copy document. The name and address of the practitioner issuing the certificate are clearly stated. Date of the certificate is written and signed by the practitioner. Date of the medical examination. The condition of degree of incapacity of the patient. Date the medical practitioner considered the patient is likely to be recovered. Be addressed to the party requiring the certificate as evidence of illness, for example, an employer, insurer, or magistrates. Here is an example of medical certificate form. Job interview skills. Developing skills in interview is a must for all would-be young professionals. After graduating from senior high school or college, will certainly apply for a job. Ang isang job interview ay isang pakikipanayam na binubuo ng isang pag-uusap sa pagitan ng isang aplikante sa trabaho at isang kinatawan ng isang employer na isinasagawa upang masuri kung ang aplikante ay dapat kunin. Kung paano mo sinasagot ang mga tanong sa panayam sa trabaho ay maaaring magkaroon ng malaking epekto sa iyong pagkatanggap bilang isang empleyado. The interview is frequently impromptu in character. There are two general types. Number 1. Private interview. Private interview consists of talking between an employer and a job applicant or between a school official and a student seeking admission into college. In this kind of talk, the person interviewed is assessed and evaluated by means of his response during the interview, by his personal appearance, and by his qualities as a candidate for acceptance or admission into the organization. Number 2. Public interview. The public interview is a formal or informal talk performed before a large group of audience who may or may not be present within the premises where the interview takes place. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.